Hey guys, remember the Death Star? I got it right here.
Yeah.
Look at it.
I've been thinking about the Death Star a lot lately.
Really?
It's clear that you have been too. The first time we see the Death Star is in Revenge of the Sith, actually. The first from the prequels. Right. Our plans. Look, it's a Death Star. We're going to make this Death Star. 19 years go by, and then A New Hope happens, and they have this fully done Death Star that is still kind of new on the block at this point. Then it gets blown up, and then 4 years go by between then and Return of the Jedi.
And they got another one that's
and they're almost done with this new one. And they built a little base for it on Endor. The moon where all of the Ewoks live, and the Death Star has decided they're not going to make the same mistakes. Now they have a shield over their Death Star, and the shield is generated in a little base on Endor.
Yeah.
This is a very important base that they've done nothing about.
It is relatively unprotected.
It doesn't seem very important to them.
It's only a few guards. This shouldn't be too much trouble.
As much as I root for the underdog or for tiny teddy bears that have cute languages, I feel like they shouldn't have been easy to defeat with, like, log traps.
Right. We've got those chicken walkers who are like, this is wrong for how I'm built.
Although, to be fair, no terrain seems right for those things.
You can't really turn quickly in one of those either.
No.
So if you're there and you're like, out of the... I don't even know if you can see out the side windows of the chicken walkers, but probably there's guys like, oh, that giant log. Is there another one over there? Yeah. Oh, no way out of this.
They designed this thing with so many infinite falls in it.
Yeah.
Like every deck you turn around, it's like, well, don't go there. That's where the pit that goes forever is.
Yeah. Let's not forget that they have the one pit that's full of a monster.
That's right.
There's the trash compactor that also has some weird alien that, and I don't know.
Is that their version of a rat? Is that rats in space?
Oh, you're gonna get them.
How did they get on? Like, where did they stop somewhere? Did the Death Star like stop at another planet?
Yeah,
and like, how do you dock that? Like, it's like a planet to planet.
They just hope that they're coming to a planet that is bigger than they are and has like a nice little cup for them to just park their thing on.
Did they build it to?
Yeah.
It's a nice little cup holder.
Fit in neatly. Cannot be overstated that there is a torpedo-shaped hole in it.
Right.
That leads to its total destruction. Like they're like, if you, like, just make sure you don't get a single laser. Lasers are free, by the way.
Right.
But it only takes one in this laser torpedo-shaped hole to destroy everything we've worked for. Not to mention the estimated 1.7 million crew and 400,000 droids. Droids aren't cheap.
No.
That's all gone in the first Death Star.
Yeah.
And they only have like all of their, I'm going to assume, best R&D guys are doing the Death Star plan that blew up, and then they're like, by Return of the Jedi, they've built another one. And they're like, well, the problem wasn't the plan. The plan is sound.
They also didn't think of separating everything. Aren't there like separate planes for like the president? Like right now, like they have the president on separate planes. So in case like something happens, they could do the same thing for the Death Star, like little Death Stars.
Yeah. Give Darth Vader one. Give the Emperor one. Give Grand Moff Tarkin some little thing.
Yeah. Whatever happened to him?
Probably died on the Death Star, Adam.
I would
guy
know
who
that.
I used to think knew more about Star Wars than me.
I would know that because of the Star Wars expert I am right now.
The Empire is not like out as evil, right? The trilogy, there's the rebels, and rebels typically means bad guys.
Right.
So if there's rebels, that means there's a status quo run by the Empire.
Right.
And no thing in the history of things was like publicly out as evil. Like,
no, of course, right.
We were mad at Nazis. They thought they were doing a whole good thing, but they were not.
Right.
Like no government system could survive if they're like, it's me, Dark America. So the Empire is probably publicly neutral or good. They're like providing jobs and everything. I don't understand why there was no one in the meeting when they made the Death Star to talk about branding. Because we in America have like the thing that lets people listen to your phone conversations and read your text messages. We very pointedly call that the Patriot Act. Because we know how important branding is. Because we know how bad it looks for a senator to be like, I'm really against the Child Smiles campaign.
Yeah, that's weird. It's weird that they didn't have a 3PO who's fluent in 6 million forms of communication and at least one form of PR.
Right.
Like they didn't have any of those there.
I mean, they could have just called it the Family Star. But,
Family Star would have been amazing.
Were they just in a rush when they made this? Like, they made this, they rushed and made a decision. They're like, I don't know, call it the Death Star because it kills things.
Right.
And it's round and moon-shaped. Like stars are.
Can you imagine the guy who, like, really thought he was coming up with something poetic? like Death Star, that has a ring to it. And then like as soon as he finds out people think it's a moon, he's so fucking mad. He got Han Solo's feed from the Millennium Falcon because why don't they have that? And they were like,
That's no moon.
of course it's not a moon. It's a star. It's in the sky and it
It's
looks
no
like
moon, it's a space station.
It's a space station.
Well,
it's
like a super space weapon with a beautiful name that Robert Frost couldn't even come up with. It's hard not to point out that it's not effective. They bring Princess Leia. I've seen the films.
Yeah.
They bring her to her home planet Alderaan, and they're like, "You need to tell us where the rebel base is."
Dantooine. They're on Dantooine.
It's not. It wasn't on Dantooine.
She tricked them
She tricked them.
under enormous stress.
But they blew it up anyway.
yeah.
They blew up Alderaan. Didn't know that they were wrong yet. Didn't know that Leia lied to them.
Like, this won't hurt us later when we need more information.
Anyone in the galaxy who didn't already assume that the scary hissing monster in the thing called Death Star was
Right.
evil, they're probably like, well, he just blew up our princess's planet. Guys, I think the Empire might be evil.
Also, why did nobody check on them before the 4 years where they were rebuilding? Like, nobody went back within that 4-year span to be like, what do you think the Empire's doing right now?
Yeah.
So it was.
Like, we know somebody survived.
Yeah, there were 3 years between A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back where we were just like, they're probably not building a Death Star.
Whatever. No,
that
why would they be
again.
doing
They couldn't
that?
do that
They'd
again.
be
Oh
doing
my
that.
god, they did it again.
They wouldn't do such a stupid idea twice, would
Look,
they?
it's Vader, and he's still mad at me. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I'm Dan, this is Adam, that's Carmen. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and tell us in the comments why the Empire is secretly good. Justify any of their decisions, and
We'll know you're full of shit.
Yeah.
We'll know. You'll out yourself.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Nice try, Tarkin.